Alicia Duran is the driver, and she is stopped, just stopped on the wrong side of the road. And so it's one of those things where the police are pulling up like, what the hell is going on here? And the cop walks up to the window, asks her to pull the window down. Now, when a cop is coming up to my window, I put the window down. I must be a real sucker, because I do all the things that you are supposedly supposed to do.
You're a law-abiding
I must be a real load, because I just do what they tell you to do. I try to have my license ready instead of like scrambling around when they ask for it.
Really?
I mean, I've been pulled over enough that I know what they need. And so, you know, and I don't want to, you know, force them to take up any more time than they have to. I mean, I really, to this day, I think it's from being a...
You want to look like you have your shit together.
Yeah, kind of. I think it's from being a teenager carrying pot a lot.
Pardon me, Mr. Perfect!
Really?
Because back then, the sight of a cop car, if you were carrying pot, which was pretty commonplace when we were, you know, in college and a little after college, I mean, pot was highly illegal, and if you got busted with it, it was a big deal. So cops just made me really nervous. And then, you know, with all this, well, I stopped really smoking it, but then with all this legalization, I mean, people have no idea how much we used to sweat out carrying a little pot around.
I know.
It was a big deal.
It is.
Especially if you were high, because they know when you're high. They do. He goes up to the car, and he's like, yeah, what seems to be the problem? Which is what they always say when you're really fucking up, generally, is, what's the problem? And she just doesn't say anything. It's like, yeah, what's the problem? Hello? She says nothing. Then you'll notice that he says something about, what are you doing in there? What are you reaching for? And she's reaching for a gun.
Oh.
Which she then grabs, and he runs behind the car. He gets really loud all of a sudden, like, you know, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he goes behind the car and ends up shooting her through the back window, through the passenger side back window. And so there are a lot of people who say, as soon as she grabbed the gun, this is one of these, I want to say it's 50-50, or they're suggesting that it's a 50-50. 50% feel like, oh, he didn't need to shoot her. Why did he shoot so soon? And then there's other people who say, no, when passenger, you know, who's not responding to you, because she isn't, she's really blowing him off. She's not saying anything. He's like, are you okay? What's going on? And she's just not saying anything. And the next thing you know, she's reaching for a weapon, which she gets. He runs behind the car, and then he ends up shooting her through the back window and killing her. And so it's one of these things where people are debating back and forth. And I didn't really have a firm opinion on it. I only watched it once, but let's see what you think. See if you have any thoughts on this.
We begin right now with breaking news. Graphic body camera video of a deadly officer-involved shooting just released.
A Westminster police officer shot and killed a woman parked on the wrong side of the road. This all happening on East 88th near Lamar Street. Our Andrea Henderson breaking down that new footage for us in studio. Andrea.
Yeah, Talia, Erica, an
Andrea in the
officer
tight dress.
actually stopped to check on that woman who parked her SUV right there on the busy road. This happened back on July 25th, but that interaction quickly went from an officer's concern to just chaos. We do want to warn you, the video you're about to see is graphic.
Roll down your window. What's going on? You're in the wrong lane. Are you okay?
Now, you just heard Officer Adams. He's speaking to that woman, asking her multiple times if she's okay or if she needs medical attention. There was no response, but after a minute or two, that woman grabbed a handgun.
Wow.
What do you got in there? What do you got in there, man? What do you got in there? What do you got in there?
Oh. That's right.
The windows of that vehicle you can see there were shot out. Other officers rushed to see if they could help, but the driver, she was not responsive. Officer Adams then races to a driver in another SUV who watched this all play out.
Ma'am? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the guy's crying.
Emotion in both of their voices. One of the bullets from Officer Adams' gun actually went through that woman's windshield and was embedded in the steering wheel. Luckily, she was not hit or injured, just shaken up. Officer Adams is currently on paid administrative leave while an independent investigation gets underway. Officials say it'll likely take several months to complete, then needs to be presented to the district attorney's office for further review. In studio, Andrea Henderson, Fox 31. All right, Andrea, thank you.
Oh, thank God she can breathe. So I didn't really know. I was like, well, I'm surprised. It seems like I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm not really sure what the policy is there. I mean, when somebody reaches for a gun, obviously
all bets
it's
are off.
pretty much so. But the guy did run behind the car. He runs back, and he's sort of.
Well, you know what though?
But she can just fucking turn around and shoot him.
Say you couldn't see what she was doing, so I mean,
She also
that's
didn't
what his
respond
training
to
is
him.
fine. No,
She
I
didn't
know.
respond to him at all.
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
But
once again,
naturally,
she has the gun. All bets are off.
every time these officer-involved shootings are, it's like it's inevitable. It seems like it's 50-50 no matter what happens. It's very rare that everyone agrees that the cop did the right thing.
Oh, fuck! Damn it.
I can't believe that bullet went into the Jeep.
I know, that is amazing. It's also, it's very powerful to hear this guy is, really falling apart after he realizes this driver's dead.
Of course, I don't want to kill anybody.
Well, a lot of times they act very hard-assed about it.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, he sees the bullet hole in that windshield.
I can't fucking believe that. What's the chance of that? How did that?
Inside the car still.
Because he's shooting to the right. How does that bullet go straight down there? I wonder.
I think his first shots might have been straight. Like right here, right here.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn it.
Oof.
It's just too bad she couldn't say something and maybe not grab a gun.
Suicide by cop, or
Yeah, it kind of does.
Or
seem
she's
like that.
fucked up, but
I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to think she is fucked up.
I kind of
she's
was too, but
parked
she's
in
not-
the wrong lane, going the wrong way.
Yep. She's not saying anything.
And the first thing she does is reach for a weapon.
Yeah,
Pretty weird.
I mean, it's sad, but it's kind of her fault.
don't draw down on a cop. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like the.
Case closed.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to
it's an
say.
interesting body cam though. If you see it, if you have a chance to look at these, it's just like, wow, what is going on out there?